Miami Dolphins Week 10 wrap-up review. Did you think we'd be standing here this joyous, this happy to be Miami Dolphin fans? We beat our most mortal enemy, the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen beat down because the Miami Dolphins don't play around. We lost the Patriot plant. Chris Greer, you gone, pal. You've been here since 2000, coincidentally with the rise of the New England Patriot dynasty, or should I say, the evil dynasty. They brought down the Dolphins, yes they did. Belichick, Spygate, Deflategate, using CIA tactics to spy on teams. We know what happened. Chris Greer gone. The plan is gone. The attitude and the billing changed. The Papa shot out. The Dolphins are back, baby. Marv, what did you think about that dismantling of the Buffalo Bills? Woo.
For one Sunday, I got to enjoy me some Dolphin football. And as they kept showing all those idiot Bills Mafia people in our stadium with those stupid, shocked looks on their faces as we were slapping them around for 4 quarters, 30-13. And the game wasn't even that close. They scored late, had them shut out for 3 quarters. Josh Allen on the bench crying, acting like the little bitch that he is. Gets just lightly touched and he falls down and points to his head trying to get an unsportsmanlike or a personal foul, because that's what he does. He's the biggest crybaby in sports. I can't stand him. It was so much fun watching us beat him. And I swear, I wish the NFL would adopt a rule for flopping. First one's a 15-yarder. The second one's another 15-yard and ejection, because that needs to go. And he is the biggest crybaby, whiny ass bitch I've ever seen. So he fits right in with Buffalo, and God, it was fun to beat them.
Dude, it was one of the most pleasurable weekends of my life. Talking so much smack and all. We all know Buffalo fans love to hear themselves talk, but they can't walk the walk, baby. And when that table gets turned on them, and I start dancing, I start gyrating, I start talking, Bill fans all of a sudden, they want to fight. They want to get upset. They want to boo-hoo. They want to dish it. But that fan base cannot take it, just like Toronto Maple Leaf fans. They can't take it when their team gets beat down and you start talking that trash, baby. This was unexpected, which makes it more joyous. I love this weekend, Marv. How did you feel going into work the next day, walking around East Tennessee with your chest out, shoulders back, baby? And also, Marv's a veteran, so he even had more reason to celebrate. Thank you, sir, for your service. Tell him how you felt this week.
Man, walking into work Monday, having people come up to me, like, there's this one guy that's a big Titan fan, and he came over. He don't come into work till 11, and he made a special trip over to where I'm sitting and go, man, congratulations. I know you had to be excited. I'm like, still on cloud 9. Had on my Dolphin gear, just wanting to see some Bill fan, because there are a couple of Bill fans that work there, but they were kind of scarce from me Monday. They didn't really come around where I could see them any. So, I would have loved to have gave them a little logo pat for them, just to let them know that they got beat by a 2-7 Miami Dolphin team, beat bad. We're going to touch on a lot of stuff about that game, but man, Tua threw 2 picks that were just dumb interceptions. He didn't play a great game. And we still beat them 30-13. We physically, man, that running game that's supposed to be so good, we absolutely stomped it. We pressured Allen all game. Now, he made some plays. As much as I can't stand him, there was a 4th down play where we had him dead to rights 3 times, and he was able to scramble around and throw for the first down, and that's also the same actual possession, the same play where he pointed at his head crying, trying to get a personal foul because he's such a little crybaby. But man, it was so great, and I'm like you, it was unexpected. I did not go into that game with high hopes, and even when we jumped up 13-0, missed the extra point, I'm thinking, man, I hope that don't bite us in the butt. And it was 16-0, and we really had dominated, but they're still within striking distance, and they took that first possession. And once again, coming out of halftime, a team took the ball for about 8 minutes. The only difference is Baltimore ended with a touchdown, and we got the pick in the end zone on this possession, which was huge. So defense caused turnovers. Josh Allen's fumble was just absolutely hilarious. The look on his face when the camera zoomed in on him, it was just priceless. Priceless. So, but...
Well, let's talk about some of the stuff that happened in the game and some of the stuff that happened after the game. This was really a crash out for Buffalo during the game and after the game. Oh, there was some gold for the Miami Dolphins to look down on. What do you want to talk about first, buddy?
I want to talk about a player first. A player that totally
good. We need to post some
totally
people out.
impressed me. I don't know why he hasn't been a bigger player for us starting wise, but man, Juju Brents, number 32, cornerback. He was the 44th pick in the draft in 2023 by the Colts. We signed him in August when they released him. He's 6'3", so he's tall. He can play in his physical receivers. He was everywhere. He went out of the game in the fourth quarter, but I think he's okay. But, man, he just made so many plays and shut down the Bills' passing game. And I was just totally impressed by him. I mean, I thought he played a well of a ball game for somebody who, wasn't on the tip of our tongues all season long. I mean, I don't think any of us was talking about Juju all year. And, I mean, he showed like he could be a possible shutdown corner in this league if he could play every week like he did on Sunday.
And that's really because when you play Josh Allen, you got to have your corners and your safeties be absolute ball hawks. They got to stick to those receivers. You need a good pass rush. And even if you do have a good pass rush, Josh Allen is one of those guys who can extend plays. He's like Patrick Mahomes. He can make things happen out of nothing, just like old school Dan Marino without the wheels. Josh Allen has brought more fear in my life than probably any in a player for a long time, because I felt like we always had Brady's number at least once a year. Brady never went on runs against us. But Josh Allen, 14 out of the last 15.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude. That's a stat that makes you lose sleep. That's Freddy Krueger type stats, dude.
Sunday was only the third time we've beat him, and we play him twice a year. Played him 3 times once.
That's wild.
And I thought it was only the second, but they showed the record at the beginning of the game, and I guess we beat him his rookie year, and then we beat him 3 years ago in Miami. But they're 0-2 their last 2 times they've had to play us in South Florida in the daytime. NFL, quit scheduling primetime games when Buffalo comes down, because this is something else I want to talk. As much crap as their little fans always want to talk about, Miami can't play in the cold. They can't play in the cold. Them sons of bitches, it started raining. They showed a crowd. You were there. The Miami fans are just in their regular clothes, watching the game, getting rained on. All these Bills fans are throwing on raincoats with hoods, and they're all like, I'm like, I thought y'all was supposed to be tough. Y'all watch football in the snow with no shirt on. You get a little bit of rain, you throw on a poncho, and you start crying. Come on, man. I don't want to ever hear a Buffalo fan talk about us being weak, because they whimpered over a little bit of rain on Sunday.
Most of these fools have gotten, and I would probably say, I think it's safe to say, I really don't know, probably about 75% of them are Florida Bills fans. There's a lot of Bills fans down here. And during the offseason, we'll talk about building a wall around like New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, places like that, Massachusetts. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We won't get into that now. But there is an absolute influx of New York Patriots, Bill fans down here. So, and it was a nice day. It was a beautiful day for South Florida. Great day for football. I mean, it was amazing that day. So a lot of those Bill fans live in South Florida, and they do takeovers in our city.
Oh,
Did you
yes,
know
I
about
know
this?
all about.
They like
Yes,
to
I
do
know all
takeovers.
about this. I've been to a couple.
Oh, they're riding high and mighty right now.
I've been to a couple of Bills Dolphins games down there.
They took over the oh my goodness, brain fart, dude.
The place where the Panthers
party in
the
Fort
place
Lauderdale.
the place where the
Also-
Panthers party.
Yeah.
Fudge says he won't go there.
Jeez, I can't believe I
the guy
forgot this.
always turns it over to Buffalo fans when they come down once a year, which is disgusting.
Yeah. What is the name of that place?
I don't know.
I can't believe I
remember.
forgot it. I've said it 1,000 times. Oh, jeez. We can't have a show if I'm forgetting the names of famous places down in Fort Lauderdale. Oh, my God.
Oh,
Hold up. It's coming. No, I can't get it. But anyway, and I think after the game, they're all crying together, probably making excuses. Josh Allen, he loves to cry onto his shoulder, boy, when he loses. And a certain car went by the party, or the pity party the Bills are having, and there was a certain Miami Dolphin affiliated person in that car. Have you seen these videos? Have you seen
yeah,
these
and the bar is
pictures?
called the Elbow Room.
Elbow Room. Jeez.
So, I don't know. I don't know if you saw the press conference. I'm guessing you did, but they asked Mike
It
McDaniel
was hilarious.
about it. He said, "Hey, that's on my way home." And he said AI is a real thing, so he didn't commit either way. If you haven't seen the picture, the video, there's all these Bills fans after the game out at the little Elbow Room, and they all got their little blue shit on, and they got the Bills Mafia sign that says Bill Mafia takeover, blah blah blah, and there's a car with a window down, and a guy driving looks an awful lot like Miami Dolphin head coach Mike McDaniel with sunglasses on and his arm out the window.
Mike McDaniel.
And I want to say this right now. We've been hard on Mike McDaniel on this show.
We have.
We have called for his job. If that is a legit picture and he really did that, you are back in my good graces, and I apologize to you, sir.
He saved his job.
Because
You saved your job right there in my
that
heart,
is the
dude.
most Steve Spurrier thing I've ever seen a Miami Dolphin coach do. And I love Steve Spurrier, and I love the fact that if he drove by there like that, dude, just don't tank the rest of the season, and I'm willing to give you another shot if you'll do that to those stinking Buffalo Bills fans.
And speaking of his press conference, it's wild how Mike McDaniel is a totally different person when we win. There's no like these odd, placement of letters and words. He says the same thing in 3 sentences. It's come on, dude. I'm not the best public speaker, but I believe that public speaking makes you seem like a stronger, more intelligent person. And sometimes Mike McDaniel is horrible at that. Makes him look weak, dude. He's got to work on that. But the way him and Anthony Weaver were having a good time on the sidelines, the Dolphin players are having a good time, the locker room, they're all riding in little laundry carts. Dude, I want more of that in Miami, dude.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
That was amazing to watch. That was a great time. Listen to all the fans on QAM on the drive back, having a great time, hooping and hollering. Man, it reminded me of old days when we would beat Marino there, when we would beat the Buffaloes back in the Jim Kelly, Marv Levy era. And, you're just so joyous. You beat them fuckers.
Yeah, and I mean, getting back to the public speaking thing, when he's and all that after a loss, you don't show any confidence, and you're not giving the fans any confidence in you. That's where you need to be strong with your verbiage, win or lose. Show some emotion if you lose. Let me know it bothers you. Don't sit up there and just make excuses and, well. No. Speak confidently that we're going to get this fixed and we're going to move, get this better moving forward, because there are some games coming up that if we play like we did Sunday, we can get some victories. I mean, we can string together some victories if we play like we do Sunday. But like I told a buddy of mine at work today, we've yet to play 2 good games in a row. So until we do,
Yes.
I'm not going to get my hopes up too much, but I did enjoy Sunday, and I'm still enjoying Sunday. The Falcon game, when we won it, we had to turn around and play on Thursday night. So it was like a 3-day thing, and boom, we're playing. At least we get a whole week. And if we could go to Spain this week and beat the Redskins, Commanders, Washington football team, whatever they want to be called.
Redskins, you said it right.
That's what I always call them. So we would have a bye week, and so we can have a bye week, eat some Thanksgiving turkey, and enjoy a 2-game winning streak. And then we come back and play the Saints. So, I mean,
very winnable
game. That game's in Miami. So, very winnable game. And then after the Saints, we go to New York to play the Jets. Once again, they're playing better, but that's a winnable game. So, we roll off those 3, anything can happen. 10-7 could get you in the playoffs. 9-8 ain't going to. So, we got to win out. We got to win out if we're going to go to the playoffs. Do I think we're going to win out? Probably not. But give me something to be excited for moving forward, because you hadn't done that in the first 2.5 months of the season.
And speaking of Mike McDaniel, his fellow rookie coach, who won Rookie of the Year over him, by the way, Dayball, has been fired by the Marv family and the New York Jets. Now that Jackson Dart's gone in the IR, looks like Florida State boy Jameis Winston is going to get to start there in New York. That should be interesting. And what a wild ride the NFL is, because I totally expected the Jets just to throw in the towel, lost 2 of their best defensive players, and they come out and they beat the Browns, which was a pretty entertaining game. I went back and watched the recap. It seemed like a fun game. And it just amazes me how teams can just turn it around and nobody's safe in the NFL. And I'm really looking forward to, not now, I don't want to get into it now, but I'm really looking forward at our picks and, who got the upsets right, who didn't. And it was just this weekend, after a shitty weekend before, we had probably one of the better weekends of the NFL season, especially if you're a Dolphin fan.
Yeah, we picked everything the same except for the Monday night game. So our records was identical going into Monday night. So we'll talk about it. But
and you called a game up to me, I believe.
Called a game.
Yeah.
I got another game distance from you. I'm ahead of you.
I know. You called it right.
But
I mean, I was close.
There was some good football this weekend, but the Thursday night game and the Monday night game were 2 of the worst games of the week. Both games were
the 1 o'clock slate. Was
both
amazing.
games were 10-7, and they were sloppy played. But yeah, you're right. There was a lot of good, and we actually struggled in the 1 o'clock window. We didn't have a great 1 o'clock record, but we finished strong. I think we won just about every game 4 o'clock in the Sunday night game. So, but yeah, it was.
Can we talk about Jordan Brooks and how this guy should get a Pro Bowl?
I mean,
Am I crazy?
He's a tackling machine right now.
Am I crazy?
I do not believe you are.
I feel like Jordan Brooks is 1986 John Offerdahl. He's all over the place.
I mean, he's a tackling machine. He almost reminds me of a young Zach Thomas right now. I mean, he's just flying around everywhere making plays. And earlier in the year, he was getting a lot of tackles 7-8 yards downfield. Sunday, he was making plays in the backfield. And, I mean, the defense as a whole just played so much better Sunday than not just
3 turnovers,
2 forced fumbles and an interception, but not just the turnovers. Earlier in this year, how many times when a quarterback would throw the ball would there be a wide open receiver we were nowhere around? Even the balls Buffalo was completing, we had a defensive back in good coverage on just about everything. They were in position. Now, offense is going to make some plays, especially in today's NFL. So, but at least they were there to make the tackle after the catch. We tackled really well on Sunday. There was a couple of times where they had little swing passes or wide receiver screens where it was one-on-one, and every time our guy was making the one-on-one tackle. And that ain't been the case most of this year.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Great tackling.
Yeah, so
we've worked on tackling. And a lot of people, I was hearing on some Dolphin Talk Radio. Of course, I love Joe Rose, and it was really national news, this story right here. I heard it on Ocho and Shannon Sharp, which they had a great show this weekend. They had A-Chan on there. It was just fun watching Ocho talk about his childhood being a Miami Dolphin fan, how he's a Dolphin. He's a Miami Dolphin. Anybody should go watch this week Devin A-Chain show with Sharp and Ocho. They got rid, and I guess it was a problem. That's why they got rid of it. The Papa shot.
Yeah.
The basketball.
I actually read about.
Have you heard about
I read
this?
about it 3 days before the game. That they had got rid of it like last Thursday or Friday, and I'll be honest. When I heard it, I was like, "Who cares? Why is that even an issue?"
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to make us play better. Maybe I was wrong. It was that damn Papa shot the whole time.
Distraction. Yeah.
I guess.
Everybody using all their competitive juices. You know what I'm saying? On Papa shot. It happens sometimes, you know? We got this new game at the bar. It's like a little soccer tabletop thing that you play with your finger. Yeah, and I can tell that, you can kind of get unfocused. You know what I'm saying? When you're sitting there having some competitiveness with a customer or me and John playing it, and somebody be waiting on a to-go drink. We realize that today. Like, we got to get our shit together, and maybe we should take the little tabletop soccer game out of the bar and get our act together, bro. So I get it, man. I experienced it myself. You think Jalen Phillips was the champion? And since he went, they had to end it. Like, the champion's gone, he can't defend his belt anymore. Could that have been the case?
I don't know about that, but did you see Jalen Phillips Monday night? He made some really nice plays Monday night.
I seen he made one play.
He made other nice plays, but the fourth down.
Hopefully they'll show him how to tackle.
He blew up a fourth down play when the Packers went forward, and it was late in the game. I think it was halfway through the fourth quarter. He came up and made a heck of a play in the backfield. So, good luck to him. He was going to walk the end of the season anyway. We got a third-round pick, and that's the other thing.
We couldn't sign him anyway.
Robinson.
We couldn't sign him
Robinson
anyway.
didn't play Sunday either. He was inactive because of an injury.
Yeah.
So we were doing that.
We're the most
him.
injured team in the league. A lot of people don't realize this.
I think some 49er fans would argue with you on that.
A lot of people don't realize this. The 49ers, big superstars, the 49ers are ahead. But we have 27 people that's either been on IR, physically unable to perform list. We lead the league in injuries and games missed. By starters.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, Storm Ducks played maybe 3 quarters all season. And he was a opening day starter.
Storm Duck! He was meant to be a Dolphin with that name, dude, because we got Storms, and Florida has a lot of...
Well, I mean, honestly, the one person who had the name to be a Miami Dolphin that should have been a Miami Dolphin star was Marvin McNutt, the wide receiver for Iowa. But,
Woo! He played for us in
preseason. He did. We were pulling for him. We were really wanting him on the team.
Yeah, I never prayed so hard for a guy to make the team, man. I was going to tell everybody he was my cousin. You know what I'm saying? When I wore my McNutt 69 jersey, I was like, yo, man, we're cousins, dude. We cousins. Dude, I was hoping, man. I wonder what Marvin McNutt's doing now, man. I was friends with him on Facebook. I need to... check in on him.
Check in on him. See how he
hit me back with a message one time.
See how he's doing. See how he's doing. But
So we need to cover anything else from this game?
I tell you one thing that bothered me, and I mean it's minor, I guess, because we won the game, but it could have been a big deal. They called an unsportsmanlike on Bradley Chubb after one of his sacks when he crawled over the head of Josh Allen. And come to find out, the NFL said, well, they deemed it as disrespectful that he rubbed his crotch over his helmet. No, he crawled like a dog getting off of him. Oh, my
God.
He crawled like a dog getting off of him and then went and celebrated with his team, and they called it. That took them out of a very long down situation and gave them an automatic first down. He didn't do any kind of gesture. If he would have hiked his leg up like a dog and act like he was pissing on his head, okay, that's taunting. Yeah. I didn't see anything that he did that warranted that penalty. So that's one thing that's bothered me. And we had the game did not start out that well. Let's talk about the beginning of the game. First play after the kickoff.
All right.
First play after the kickoff. There's a flag. Looks like the Colts have jumped off side. I mean, the Bills have jumped off sides. call a false start on our fullback. All he went into motion. And then, before we snapped the ball, we burned a timeout.
Yeah. I forgot about that, dude. That was horrible. First play of the game.
So we've already had a 5-yard penalty, and we burned a timeout, and there ain't 1 second ran off the clock because the opening kickoff was a touchback. We burned all 3 of our timeouts in the first half early. 2 of them came in like the first 4 or 5 minutes. And then we burned the other one, I think maybe early second quarter. That could have bit us. I mean, if we had gotten the ball back and been trying to get points before halftime, we'd have had no timeouts. I just don't understand how that happens. I mean, and I really think the officials blew the call. That should have been offsides. It should have been encroachment on the defense because fullback went in motion, and then the defensive end jumps, and the offensive lineman kind of did that, and they called the false start on the fullback. And like I said, then we call a timeout, and we haven't even ran a play yet. So, yeah.
I know, that was a lot. I was like, that start, I was like, this is going to be a long day.
Well, and then the third play of the game, Tua throws an interception. Now, it was a deep interception, but it was still an interception, something he probably didn't need to throw. And if you see the highlights on that interception, he had 2 guys wide open for the first down, and he forced it into double coverage. 2 guys wide open.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious Tua can't see over his line, dude. It's so obvious.
He knows where he's going with the ball.
Plays like that, it's just like, that's got to be the obvious thing.
He knows where he's going with the ball before, he sees what's going on, because he can't see what's going on. And the second interception, it's when the score was, I think the score was 16-6, and he throws it off his back foot when he's about to get sacked. And there's like, I think 7.5, 8 minutes left. Dude, I would rather you take the sack in that situation, let 40 more seconds run off the clock, and then we punt it. Because the interception acted like a punt, but it gave them the ball and saved them almost a minute of time. Just take the sack there.
Yeah, and you can't do that against the Bills.
I mean, we were we were fortunate that little stuff didn't bite us in the butt, because they were a gassed team. And in the fourth quarter, especially defensively, they were a totally gassed team. Achane had, I don't know if you saw this, he had more yards rushing than Tua had yards passing. It was close. It was like 174 to 173. But that's, when we can score 30 and Tua put up just 170, that's going to win ball games, because that means we're running the ball.
Dude, I've come to the realization that Devin Achane is an absolute special player, and at some point, if he stays with Miami, of course, with this salary cap thing, who knows who we're going to be able to keep with our, last couple of rookie classes. Our offensive line absolutely looked like, if they could do this for the rest of the year, that's the only way we can run the table. If they make these blocks, take pressure off Tua. But Achane, dude, just like, man, he can score from any point on the field, dude. Every time he gets the ball, you're going to be like, oh, this guy's trouble. And it's so fun as a Dolphin fan watching this guy play.
If he gets a little crease, he outruns the angle of the safety. If the safety's coming for an angle, he gets that little crease, he hits that hole, he outruns them. And I think of all the young players we've got, that's the one you need to make sure you lock up. He don't need to go anywhere. As much as I love Jalen Waddle, it's a lot easier finding a wide receiver like Jalen Waddle than it is a running back like Achane.
Especially one that can make plays in the passing game. He's basically another
they line
receiver.
him up as a receiver sometimes. And when you do, it's like you got to treat him like a receiver. Go cover him with a linebacker if you want. Good luck with that.
Let me throw this question out to you. Mid-season report. How many games we played so far? 9? Mid-season.
We have played 10.
Is he all NFL?
We played 10.
Okay, 10. At this point right now, is he all NFL at running back? Who's a better running back? Who's the better complete package? Who's the Lex Luger of the NFL? Who's the total package?
Probably I would still go Jonathan Taylor's the best running back in the league right now. I mean, he's so good. It's hard to say he's not. I mean, he had well over 200 yards on Sunday, so he might be the best running back in the league. But Achan's on the list. I mean, he's top 3 or 4 for sure right now.
And he broke the Edge's all-time Colts touchdown record this past weekend. So, congratulations, Jonathan Taylor. I'm a big fan of his. He's a really good running back. But
he's really, really good.
I just feel like we got to have Achan as all NFL, dude. Jordan Brooks should probably get all NFL. He's a tackling machine, too. He leads the league in tackles by a mile. Of course, he's the only one tackling on Miami. I don't know if that means anything.
I'm kind of a strange person where all NFL, Pro Bowl, MVP, I don't really care about any of that. Win football games, get in the playoff. The only MVP I care about is the Super Bowl MVP. That's what I want a Dolphin to win, Super Bowl MVP. So,
Dude, you just broke somebody's heart, bro.
What?
You broke somebody's heart out there. If Rob's listening to this, you just broke his heart.
Why is that?
Hey, man, Pro Bowls are important, man. Hey, man, I love Pro Bowls, man.
Yeah, well,
that guy loved any kind of accolades the Miami Dolphins got, dude.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, I'm not.
You always busted his bubble, man. You always bursted his bubble.
I mean, I'm not.
Old Rob, dude, always left broken hearted.
I mean, I like a bunch of Dolphins making the Pro Bowl, but at the end of the day, that's not what we strive for. We want playoff teams. We want to be able to win in the playoffs. And God, we want to win a Super Bowl. So I mean, MVP's great. Josh Allen can win all the MVPs he wants to, but if he never gets that Super Bowl, and I know people are going to throw up Marino never.
I hope
people throw up Marino never won one. No, he didn't, but he did get there with a team that without him wouldn't have been nowhere close to there. So
no. That defense was aging.
Yeah, he didn't go with the Killer Bee defense from the 2 years previous. If he'd have had that defense, it'd have been a little bit different story.
Different story. And I think what hurt Marino a whole lot is what if because this guy went out early in his career. I think he only played 7 seasons.
I know where you're going with this.
A rookie in 81.
He got hurt in 86.
Yeah. Number 5'7", baby.
Got hurt in 86
number 5'7".
By a cheap shot by his college teamate when we were playing the Jets.
Yeah, very cheap shot, dude.
Dwight Stevenson, for you kids who don't know.
Who was that, Joe Klecko?
I thought it was Lions.
Or Dennis Byrd?
I thought it was Lions.
Marty Lyons. Yeah, Marty Lyons.
I met Dwight Stevenson when I went.
Typical Alabama scum.
I met Dwight Stevenson when I went down to the training camp that year, and he's a really nice guy. Actually, he signed his signature is on this helmet up here.
Dwight?
Yep, he's got Hall of Fame, whatever year he went in. I'd have to find it, but yeah, his autograph's on that helmet. But you're right, he was the best center in the NFL when he played. And it's not us Dolphin fans saying it. Somebody messaged Howie Long and asked him who the best center in the NFL was, because he had a very short career, and he's only in the Hall of Fame because people like Howie Long petitioned the Hall of Fame and said, hey, Dwight Stevenson was the most dominant player at his position that I ever played against. And even though his career got cut short by injury, he needs to be in the Hall of Fame. And it took him a little while. I mean, he was retired over 10 years by the time he went in, but he finally got the call, and that was so well-deserved. Which we'll have a whole show on Hall of Famers from the Dolphins, people that we feel like should be in the Hall of Fame. Some people, why they're not in the Hall of Fame yet.
Don't get me started, dude. If they played in big, traditional Northeast media markets, they would be in the Hall of Fame.
But Dwight Stevenson was a big. But I always said this. I don't know. I'm sure I've probably told you this, but honestly, this is going to sound stupid, but until I explain, Marino was so good, he cost himself a shot at the Super Bowl. Because late 80s, we had our horrible, horrible teams. But Marino,
Yeah.
because we had him, we won 8 games every year except for 1. And we won 6 that year. We always won 7 to 9 games because Marino led us to those. So we never got that high draft pick to draft a Barry Sanders or to draft a Deion Sanders or to draft, any guy like that, because we always had enough team to where we never picked. I don't think we ever picked in the top 10 when Marino was there. Maybe Sammy Smith. Maybe Sammy Smith was like number 9. I can't remember. I think he was 13, though, honestly. I think he was 13th or 14th. So any other quarterback with those teams in the 80s, they would have been winning 2 games and getting the first pick in the draft. But Marino always kept us competitive and won games that, we wouldn't have won without him.
We lost games because we got outscored.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't mean like outscored 13-10. I'm talking like 45-38.
I mean, we lost the game 50.
That's how we
lost the
games.
game in overtime up in New York 51-45. And people hear that now and they're like, well, what's the big deal about it? This wasn't 2024 football. No. This was 1985 football, 1986 football when people played defense. Nobody scored 30 points for the most part. 21-17, 14-10, that was scores back then.
Yeah.
And
bump and run existed.
Yeah.
Bump and run existed.
We were losing 51-4. Heck, Marino had a game where he threw for over 500 yards and we lost. I mean, and once again,
that's wild. 521 yards, I believe.
That was the total. And I want to say that was against the Jets also.
Yeah, it was.
And Joe Robbie. And
yeah, it was.
So, I mean, we were scoring points right and left. The Buffalo Bills 1990 team that lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl, we played them in Buffalo in the playoffs. The AFC Championship game that year was the Raiders and Bills. The Bills beat the Raiders 51-3 in the AFC Championship game. They beat us 44-34 because Marino kept us in the game. I mean, that team held the Raiders
in
to
a
3.
Damn snowstorm.
In a snowstorm. Yeah. I mean, that was a good game.
Are you ready to do top 5?
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I go first this week. Oh.
It's that time of the show where we give our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, our top 5 power rankings. Who's going first
It'll
this
be
week?
me this week, and I want to say this.
Well, give us the rundown
All
of
right,
last week.
You're right. Our top 5 last week. Your top 5 was Rams, Seahawks, Colts, Buccaneers, Bills.
Okay.
Mine was Eagles.
Okay. I'm going to have a few changes.
Too. Mine was Eagles, Bills, Broncos, Buccaneers, Rams. So, before I get started, I would like to say that spiritually, I'm going to keep Buffalo at number 1, even though they're not really my number 1, but I want to say they're number 1 just to jinx them again.
Gotcha, yeah.
But my top 5.
That's perfect.
My top 5, I'll go with number 5 first, but I do want to throw well, I'll just get to that at the end because my number 16 probably should be in this top 5. But if you think this is easy, sit down and try to do a top 5 because everybody in the NFL has at least 2 losses. And there's some 3-loss teams like the Lions and some 4-loss teams like Kansas City who are probably top 5 caliber but just haven't got the record yet. But my number 5, as much as I hate to say it, they teetotally impressed me Sunday. I didn't think they'd win Sunday, but they went to Tampa and took care of their business. The sad thing is, I was telling Zoom at work today, I really liked Drake May when he was at North Carolina. I thought he was a good quarterback. Actually won some money on him because I'd bet the over anytime North Carolina was playing. But now I can't pull for him because he's a Patriot. But, man, he looks every bit as good as I thought he was going to be. And the New England Patriots are my number 5 team right now.
I agree. They're my number 5 team, too. They went into Tampa. And they did play an injured Bucks team, but their defense looked amazing. Their running game is great. They contained Baker Mayfield and Drake May. Man, it's scary, dude. I don't want to. It looks like during this rebuilding stage we go through, wherever we go, we're going to have to not only deal with Josh Allen, but Drake May, and he can extend plays also. And I've seen that firsthand, 2 years in a row. Yeah, Drake May's starting to scare me. I'm starting to get worried. Patriots are my number 5.
All right, so we both have the Patriots at 5. And New England, if you keep winning, I will move you up to mess you up just like I did Buffalo.
Yeah, we will cheat you. We know that witch magic. That East Tennessee Appalachian witch
How's the weather been in Florida?
Is it my turn, number 4? Oh, man, it's been chilly at night. Of course, if you came down here from Tennessee, you'd be like, oh, this is great. But after about 4 or 5 years, you start to get Floridified. And,
Dude, we had
55 degree nighttime is
and it's
cold.
windy because you got wind off the ocean. But we had snow yesterday.
Yeah.
We had
Plus
snow
the humidity.
yesterday. So, yeah. And
What?
I mean, I'm not sure, but I heard that we had a high temperature of 30 and a low of 13. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the rumor, 30 to 13. See what I did there? That's the weather.
Yeah.
That's the weather. That's the weather up in Buffalo. High of 30 and a low of 13.
Woo!
All right.
Mike McDaniel, styling and profiling through the elbow room, baby. Oh, he didn't say a word. He just looked out the window.
That's the most classic thing we've done to Buffalo fans since Brian Cox said, "You're number 1."
Right here. Oh, that's great. Dude, Brian Cox loved that.
All right. Who's your number 4, buddy?
I already said my number 4. Oh,
no,
I didn't say it yet, did I? Detroit Lions.
Oh, you moved them back in.
Detroit Lions. Yep. Dude, you got to.
If they win this week, they'll be solidly in my top 5, but I didn't put them in this week. I got them at like 7. Yeah. All right, my number.
It's hard juggling that, It's hard juggling that. Eagles, Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lions. Who do I put in there? You can put anybody.
My number 4, I actually had higher last week, and they won, but wasn't impressed with them. But they're at home this week in a big division game. If they can win it, they really take control. So I'm going to leave them in here this week, but I think they might be subject to leave. But right now I got the Denver Broncos at number 4. They are 8 and 2, and they're playing really well. I mean, they didn't look great against the Raiders, but it was a short week. Maybe they were overlooking the Raiders because they got the Chiefs this week. So we'll see. My number 3 is in the biggest game of the weekend this week, and they could shoot up 2 spots if they win it. I put them in my top 5 a couple of weeks ago. Then I kind of took them out, but dude, I like a lot of stuff about this team. I got the Seattle Seahawks at number 3.
Oh, okay. Nice. I like that pick. They had a big. They jumped out early on Jacoby Brisket.
Yeah,
overcooked.
They
overcooked that dry ass brisket.
I
think it was like 28 to
right.
nothing.
I mean, I think it was still first quarter and it was 28-0. By the time
like 4 minutes into the game.
By the time I flipped over there after the Dolphin game, it was already 14-0, and it was like 5 minutes gone in the game. So. I mean, Darnold's playing great. They got a great running game. They got that 12th man up there. They play the Rams this week for first place. If they win that game, I mean, the Rams are playing good football too. I mean, that's definitely the game of the weekend. And the Lions and Eagles is the other game of the weekend.
Woo! We got some good ass games.
And the good thing is,
well, my number 3 is.
I was just going to say the good thing in the week's Dolphins play at 9:30 in the morning, so we can watch all the other games.
That's right, dude. We get that breakfast game, the breakfast game. I might eat all-you-can-eat breakfast before that game. Okay, my number 3 is this is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. Danny Dimes, Jonathan Taylor, coming straight out the trailer.
I got them at I got them at 6. I didn't like the way they looked the other day. They ended up winning. They were overseas. I still like the Colts a lot, but I mean, there's a lot of good football teams. So, like I said, I've got them at 6, and we'll see. We'll see moving forward. They definitely, if they keep winning, they're going to have to be in the top 5. But right now, I think the Patriots are playing a little bit better than they are. All right. So, who's your number 2?
It's going to be because I mean that dismantling of a division rival, even though they had a backup quarterback in a team that's obviously in turmoil, the Phoenix, a.k.a. Arizona Cardinals. I got the Seattle Seahawks at number 2. I'm starting to become, I've been listening to a lot of monkeys, and I'm a believer in the Seattle Seahawks.
And I mean, I know we say the Cardinals had a backup quarterback, but they absolutely hammered the Cowboys with that backup quarterback. And they played somebody last week really tough with that backup quarterback. I can't remember who it was or how the game ended up, but they didn't play well against the Seahawks with that backup quarterback.
Yeah.
You see.
Jacoby Brissett's beat our ass a time or two.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, so. All right, my number 2. They just find ways to win, and if they win this week, they'll be a solid number 2. I've got the Philadelphia Eagles as my number 2 team. I had them.
The Eagles, the tush.
I had them at 1, but they didn't. I mean, they didn't overly impress me since Monday night. But they did win in Green Bay, so I'll give you a little kudos. You went on the road.
Yep.
You won a game. You played, I think, the Detroit games this week. And I think it's in Philly. I'm not sure. We'll go over that with the picks, but I've got the Eagles as my number 1. I mean, my number 2 is the Eagles. My number 1 team.
Okay.
The quarterback setting. The quarterback is.
I know you're gonna say.
The quarterback is setting records. He became the first. Did you hear this stat? He became the first quarterback in NFL history. No. NFL history to have 3 straight.
Okay.
3 straight 4-touchdown pass games with no interceptions. And I'm talking about Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
Yes.
Stafford is playing the best football of his career. The Rams look loaded. Them in Seattle, I can't overstate how important that game is because whoever wins it gets
monster
that
game.
Yes, they play again. But what you do if you win this first one, you really put the pressure on the other team for the second one. And the Rams are at home, so them being at home, I think it's a little bit more important for them because if they lose to them at home, it's going to be hard to beat them up in Seattle. But yeah, right now I got the Los Angeles Rams as my number 1 team.
And I will have to totally 100% agree with you. I believe 2 plays, they should be undefeated. I mean, this is the best team in football. I don't know how anybody can say that they're not the best team in football. Defense stacked. Offense stacked. The Rams are probably your Super Bowl champions. Without, no foreseen injuries. I don't see how you're going to beat this team. Very well coached, top to bottom. Coordinators are great. Man, this team, I feel like it's going to be Rams, Lions, Seahawks. That 3 combination.
I was going to say this while and tell me if you agree. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think right now the NFC is so much better than the AFC at the top. I think they're 100%. I think they're the Rams, Seahawks, Lions, and Eagles could be 1 through 4. Honestly, I mean, I don't know if they are or not, but they could be. You could make that argument. The AFC, I mean, the Colts and the Broncos are 2 lost teams, and the Patriots.
Yeah.
The Patriots, the quarterback has no playoff experience. The Broncos and the Colts quarterback has no playoff experience. The Broncos got a second-year quarterback who played at Buffalo last year, but they've all showed big-time flaws. You still have the heavyweights behind them, but the Chiefs have not looked great. The Ravens have not looked great. The Bills sure ain't looked great, especially Sunday. So, I mean, I think the NFC playoffs are going to be really, really good this year. AFC, I'm not sure. I mean, they'll be competitive, but this almost feels like the 80s and 90s when the AFC couldn't win a Super Bowl. The NFC looks that much better this year. Now, the good thing is it won't. You'll never. I shouldn't say that. I don't think you will ever see another run from one conference like you did from Super Bowl, starting in Super Bowl 16 all the way up to Super Bowl. Oh gosh, what was it? 30? Was it 30? No, it's 31. It was Super Bowl 31.
Yeah,
because 30 was when the Packers beat the Patriots. So, yeah. So you had
and that was a long
15 years.
I think there's only one AFC victory that whole time. That's the Raiders beating the Redskins.
Yeah, but that was Super Bowl. Yeah, Super Bowl. Yeah, you had one. So actually, it was from Super Bowl 19 all the way through Super Bowl 31 where we didn't win any.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking of the Raider-Eagles. I was thinking of the Raider-Eagles Super Bowl 15, but yeah, they won Super Bowl 18 also. So yeah, it's crazy.
And that's just a different time. Salary cap is, and player. You just can't own players forever like you could back then.
Yep. So that's our top 5. Agree, disagree. Leave us some comments. Let us know if.
Put your top 5 in the comments.
Let us.
Yeah, if you don't agree.
Yeah,
with
let us know what you think. If we're doing so, if
Yeah.
you want us to do something different, let us know. We're up to suggestions. We're still learning on the fly.
Yeah.
But.
And if you want to talk shit, by all means, comments a good place to do
Yeah,
it.
we'll bring you up.
And if you piss us off, if you piss us off enough, I'll give you Marv's address. You can go say it to his face. That's what I'll do.
I'm glad.
By
God.
He's got like 5 husky dogs.
I've got 1 husky and a golden retriever.
Oh, okay. I feel like he had 5 of them.
No, I've never had more than 2. I've never had more than 2 dogs at a time.
All right. Are we ready to do some picks?
I guess we should be.
All right, let's do it, man. I'm excited. Give us the wrap-up from
last
last week.
Wrap up from last week. Like I said, we had every game the same except for the Eagles-Packers. You had the Packers, I had the Eagles. So for the week, you went 8-6, and I went 9-5. So overall record, I am now 94-54. And you are 90-58, so I have a 4-game lead. And, of course, we both have a tie that we don't include.
Damn.
So, all right. And this is an odd week, so this is a week you will go first. There's only 2 teams with a bye week this week. Your Colts and the New Orleans Saints are both on bye weeks this week.
All right.
So we've got a few more games than we've had in the past. So we'll just start off. You go first. We've got the Thursday night game. And as far as I'm concerned, I hope this is there's a lot of time for players limping off the fields. We got the New York Jets going to Foxborough to play the Patriots.
Oh, man.
Can the Jets make it 3 in a row?
No. The streak comes to an end. Drake May is going to dismantle them. Yeah, Patriots, huge. On the road, Thursday night, division rivals. So, you got an idea what's coming. But, I mean, Mike Vrabel, he was waiting on this. He was waiting on this gig to come coach the Patriots, man. It's over. It's over.
The Patriots, they've won like 6 in a row or something. I think they're 8-2, and I think at one time they were 1-2. So they've won like 7 in a row.
Yeah.
And real quick, I know you didn't watch the Dolphin.
Marv is.
You didn't watch the Dolphin game on TV because you were at the game. the first thing they said was Buffalo's Bills fans are here and they're excited because they feel like they're going to be in first place again by the end of the day because New England's in Tampa and Buffalo's here in Miami. So not only did they not get in first place, they lost another game to the Patriots. So that was hilarious to me. But I feel like this is the Patriots' first opportunity on a national stage all by themselves since they've been on this winning streak, and they'll make a statement and they'll beat the Jets. I think the Jets played good last week, but I don't expect that to continue. All right, now we're moving to Sunday at 1 o'clock.
I think this is safe. Okay, Sunday games.
First
1 o'clock. How many 1 o'clock games we got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 1 o'clock games.
Gosh, it's too many 1 o'clock games, dude. Too many. NFL, even it out, spread it out.
Dude, I don't know why.
Try to make.
I don't know why you
possible.
don't have some 1 o'clock games, some 2:30 games, some 4 o'clock games, some 5 o'clock games. You know, kind of like college does, stagger them a little bit. But all right, the first 1 o'clock games I'll do the pick. You got the Cincinnati Bengals coming off a bye, going to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers, a team that they just beat like 3 weeks ago on Thursday Night Football. I want to pick the Bengals in this game.
And that was a good-ass game.
I want to pick the Bengals, but I don't think they sweep the Steelers. Steelers lost last week, so they're kind of like a yo-yo. Yeah. I think the Steelers win this game.
And you know what? I believe the Steelers win this game, but this might be a good opportunity for me to make up a game. Sometimes it's getting late in the season. Sometimes you got to play the game. I'm taking Who Day. Going to beat them Bengals, not the Steelers. Give me the Bengals.
You're just giving me more.
And I'm talking about hazy shade of winter, walk like an Egyptian Bengals. That's who I want.
You're just, don't we all?
One of the hottest lead singers in the history of rock and roll. Susanna Huff.
Oh, my God, I loved her so much back when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Oh.
Any young kids that's watch this show, type in Susanna Huff of the Bengals. Trust me, change your life. But type in the 80s, though, when you do it.
All right.
I mean, she still looks good today.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm just saying.
Back then, jeez. Whew. Yeah.
Ooh.
Los Angeles Chargers. You got my mind skipping around now. You got the Los Angeles Chargers going to.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Going to Jacksonville. Where are you at? You're not in the camera view.
Oh, I'm right here.
We got the Los Angeles Chargers.
But I'm in the main camera view, you know?
We got the Los Angeles Chargers going to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Did you see, before you make your pick, did you see last week was the first time ever that there was a 36-29 final in the NFL?
Oh, origami.
Yeah.
What do they call that?
Something like that. But that was you talk
36-29.
You talk about a team choking. The Jaguars had control of that game for 3.5 quarters and just choked it down. So who you got, Chargers or Jaguars?
In Jacksonville, Duval.
You're going Jaguars.
Man, this Jaguars team is a wild team, man. I don't know. This is a split personality team. But it's in Duval. It's 1 o'clock. Chargers. Chargers are the same kind of team. Who's going to show up? This game, I wouldn't touch this game with a 20-foot pole if I was betting on it for anything. Leave this game alone if you're smart, unless you got some inside information. Maybe you hang out with scary Terry Rozier. You might have an inside line on this. I'm going to take, just for the simple fact, I'm taking never run, never will, Jacksonville. Duval.
Since the Jaguars beat Kansas City on that Monday night game, they haven't won but one game, and that was the overtime game against the Raiders. I think they're going in the wrong direction. I'm going to give you a chance to pick up another game. I'm going Chargers in this game. I ain't gonna pick. I ain't gonna try to protect my lead. I'm gonna pick who I think is gonna win. So I'm going Chargers. All right, So Tampa Bay Buccaneers are traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills, who just got embarrassed.
Ooh. Woo. Yes, sir.
You know who?
I wonder what the weather's going to be
You
like.
know
in
who I
Buffalo.
want to win this game.
Yes.
Fuck it, give me Tampa Bay. Go Bucks.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Woo, man. That would be sweet, dude, just to see the Bucks just demolished. And I mean, the Bucks are injured. If there was a full, healthy Bucks team, this would be a great pick. But what's the weather going to be like? Is it going to be snowy? Is it going to be mild? I don't think it's going to be mild. Oh, let me go to the trusty phone real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second, and I'll let you change your pick if you want to.
I don't want to, but
if it's a foot of snow, you got.
I don't
take
see
Buffalo.
it being a foot of snow up there in November.
All right. Okay, 78, 52 high, 34 low. So, okay, 52 degrees. You know what? I'm going to take the Bucks also. Baker Mayfield, he's going to look Josh Allen in the face. And I don't know if you've ever seen Josh Allen's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's one of the hottest women that ever exist.
I know.
Haley Seinfeld.
I know who she is.
You know what I'm saying? Beautiful woman. I want Baker Mayfield to get on the mic and say, I want you to come back to the hotel room so I can show you what a real man is. That's what Baker Mayfield's going to do. He's going to Mr. T. Clubber Lang Josh Allen's ass, dude.
I hope Baker Mayfield grabs the microphone and go, hey, honey, you want to ride Space Mountain? Woo!
Woo!
All right, another interesting game.
Major Moore.
We got Chicago Bears
All right.
going to Minnesota to play the Vikings.
The Bears. Oh, man. Dude, the Bears are, 6-3 now?
Yeah, them and Detroit are tied for
6-3
first.
Bears. Wow. And they're going to Minnesota.
Yep, Minnesota.
Man, this Minnesota team has fell off, dude. This Minnesota team has fell off. They had high expectations. Great record last year, you know? I feel like this Bear team is just an ascending team. They got a vibe about them.
Yep.
I'm taking the Bears.
I am also taking the Bears. I've been on them since early this season, and I just think they're a good football team. They're only going to get better. I'm going Bears. We got the
Give DJ Moore the ball more.
We got the Houston Texans coming off a shocking comeback victory.
Yeah.
Going to Nashville
the zone.
to play the Tennessee Titans. I think that
This is a AFC South showdown.
I think that win on Sunday is going to propel the Texans. The Titans are still just not good. I'm going Texans in this game.
Yeah, this is easy. Texans.
All right, you got the Carolina Panthers coming off their upset victory over I'm sorry. You got the Carolina Panthers coming in after getting upset by the New Orleans Saints. The Carolina Panthers going to Atlanta to play the Falcons. Earlier this year in Charlotte, the Panthers beat the Falcons like 30-0.
Yeah. You know what? Falcons have lost a lot of close games. They've gotten their ass whipped a lot. What's their record? Like 2-7?
I think they're 3-6. I think they're 3-6. I'll look real quick. I mean, they had that game won the other day and they choked it away. The Falcons are 3-6.
I'm taking the Falcons. I think they win this game.
Here's what worries me about the Falcons is they played in Germany last week.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised they're not on a bye this week. But I can't get over the Panthers losing to the Saints. I'm going Falcons also.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, they embarrassed the Falcons earlier this year, so. All right, the last 1 o'clock game. You got the Green Bay Packers going to New York to play the Giants without Jackson Dart. So is he out for the year? Or is he just like out for 4 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah, give me Green Bay. Jackson Dart's sad, dude. He's probably heartbroken more than concussion. Well, hold on a second now. That sometimes that team that loses a coach all of a sudden just plays lights out, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I still don't think they're beating the Packers.
All right, I agree with you.
Way to try to talk me into it. 4 o'clock, we lead off with a bang. The Seattle Seahawks traveling to LA to play the Rams.
Man, these 4 o'clock games are going to be awesome. I mean, they're my number one team, so I got to take the Rams. I would.
Yeah, they're my number one.
That's not right.
They're my number one team, and they're playing at home. If this game was in Seattle, I might pick Seattle, but I'm not picking them to beat the Rams at LA. So
I think they've already lost to them.
All right. I don't think they've played yet.
Hold on a second. I feel like that's one.
I think this is the first meeting between Seattle and the Rams.
Oh, let's see.
Now, Seattle lost to the Niners in Week 1.
Who else did they lose to? They lost another one.
Yeah, but I don't remember who that was, but I don't think it was the... Who did they lose to?
That's why we got phones, man. Okay. Buccaneers. They haven't played the Rams.
Yep, that's right. That shootout.
Give me the Rams.
All right. So the next 4 o'clock game is the 49ers at the Cardinals. Look, the 49ers are banged up.
Hard.
But the Cardinals look like they've melded in. I think San Francisco wins this game. I'm going Niners.
Yeah, I agree with you. Not much to talk about on this one.
There won't be a whole lot to talk about this one either. We got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cleveland. We got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cleveland to play the Browns. Yeah.
So the real Browns are coming to play the fake Browns.
That would be correct.
Oh, give me the real Browns. The Art Modell Browns. Cleveland. Watch your team leave and they win. They fucking become one of the NFL's best franchises. That's great. That's one of the best things in history.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, not if you're a Cleveland fan. I too believe the Ravens go in there and win it for Art. This one's for Art.
Real quick,
right,
one
now
of the
we're getting
funniest things I've ever heard in my life. Remember when they didn't have a team and that one fat dude dressed like a dog was going to other people's games? And he went to a Buffalo game to help the Bills cheer, and the Bills fans were yelling, "Go get your own team!" That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Because I'm Tim from Jackson City, Tennessee. I know everything about the Bills.
All right. The next 4 o'clock game. The Kansas City Chiefs are traveling to Denver to play the Broncos.
Ooh, ho, ho, ho. An AFC West.
Okay, so here it is.
It's a good one.
The Chiefs need this game so much more.
Yes.
Both teams have extended rest. I'm going to pick the Chiefs. I think they go to Denver and revive their chances of winning the West.
Man, this Denver team's hard.
In Mile High.
Dude, I mean, I feel like there's a chance that you got to make up some ground. Give me the Broncos. Bo Nix. Big Dick Bo Nix.
All right.
And don't forget about
Sunday Night
J.K.
Football.
Dobbins got me throbbing. All right.
Sunday Night Football, you get to go first. This is another beautiful game. The Detroit Lions traveling to Philadelphia to play the Eagles.
Dude, I mean, at some point, the refs are going to start calling the false start on this push. At some point, it's going to come back and haunt them. They're going to fumble. This can't last forever. Detroit. Dude, I mean, I like Dan Campbell. I want to pull for Detroit. Give me Detroit, just because I like Detroit better than Philly. I'm taking Detroit.
I'm pulling for Detroit. I'm also pulling for Detroit in this game. The Eagles have not looked great. Detroit, they look great for a couple of weeks, and then they lay an egg against Minnesota. Hopefully they've got that crap out of their system. I still think they're a legit Super Bowl contender. I think it's going to come down to them and whoever wins the West. I think Detroit goes to Philly and pulls off the upset.
There you go.
Monday Night Football. You got the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, I knew they were going to show up.
Traveling to Vegas to play the Raiders. Ain't it amazing if you go through the first 18 Super Bowls, how many times both these teams made the Super Bowl and they never played each other in the Super Bowl?
Never played each other.
And
they both lost a lot of
they were
AFC, NFC championships during that time, too.
Yeah, they did. Dallas is the better team, but their defense is trash, and the Cardinals just lit them up. But they've had 2 weeks off. I think it'll be a home field advantage for the Cowboys because all their fans will travel out to Vegas.
Oh, 100%.
I don't believe in the Raiders. I'm going Cowboys.
This one's tough because the Raiders have the ability with Genty and Brock Bowers just to kind of like matriculate. I'm Hank Schramm. Matriculate the ball down the field, boys. Now, this is one of those things where if the Raiders do win, it wouldn't shock me. The Cowboys always play to the level of their
It wouldn't shock
competition.
me. It would not shock me either, by the way.
I'm going to take the Cowboys, man, just because, I can see the Raiders winning this, and it wouldn't shock me. I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be clutching my pearls, as they say.
I was torn on that game. I really didn't know who I was going to go with till I picked them. I really thought I might pick the Raiders, but I just think the Cowboys, they have the better quarterback. They're a little bit better of a team, and I think they beat the Raiders. All right, you're first. The last game on the docket. The first one Sunday morning at 9:30 from Spain.
Right, baby.
Got the Washington.
Yes.
Got the Washington Redskins playing the suddenly resurgent winners of 2 of the last 3 Miami Dolphins.
A rematch of Super Bowl 7 and 10 years later, Super Bowl 17. Split it. Marcus Mariota. Now, he's the kind of guy I can see giving this Miami Dolphins defense fits. But I feel like the Commanders have been one of those teams that's hurt too. Miami Dolphins riding high on that Buffalo win. Can they keep the momentum going? Is the difference, is Champ Kelly bringing a little bit different energy to the Miami Dolphins? Chris Greer, dreary, Patriot plant. Held us back all these years. In Madrid, Spain. Home game. Spain, first NFL game. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. I'll tell you what, the Miami Dolphins. I'm taking the Miami Dolphins over the Washington Redskins. Yes, sir.
I said I would never pick the Dolphins again this year.
But you got it.
But things have changed. I think Miami wins this game. Washington's been a train wreck. I think they continue. Miami, I think they build off last week. They're going to have some confidence going into this game that we haven't had all season.
Yes, sir.
Because you can beat the Jets and the Falcons all day long. That ain't the same as beating the Bills. This was a win for Tua and McDaniel, and it's a team with a winning record.
Been a while.
The Dolphins win this game. We moved to 4-7 before our bye. So I too go to Miami Dolphins on this.
All right. Picks are in. Lock them
So
in, folks.
we have 1, 2, 3 games different.
All right, I can make up a chunk.
You
a
got-
chunk.
You got the
doing it
Broncos.
this week,
I got
baby.
the
I'm
Chiefs.
making up a chunk, bro.
I know. I got the Chargers. You got the Jaguars. You got the Bengals. I've got the Steelers. That's the ones that are different.
I'm making up some
So
chunks.
by the end of this week, I'll be kind of like the mid-'90s Braves. I'll have a 7-game lead and just be kind of coasting the rest of the way in.
All right. All right.
No comment on that.
I mean, I know the Florida Marlins have made some management changes, and good things are coming the Marlins' way. And when baseball gets the salary cap, it's over. Marlins are going to be a dynasty. Lock it
Okay.
in. All right, okay. Baseball's getting a salary cap. You
Okay.
agree?
I mean, they need one.
Oh, bad. I mean, I'm tired of seeing the same 5 or 6 teams every year. It's getting old.
But I don't think they'll ever get one. But they need one.
And the funniest part
What's
is like
what's
the Mets
frustrating?
spend all this money and they can never make the playoffs. It's great. I love it. Makes me laugh.
I mean, what's frustrating for me is the Braves have the money to spend and they won't go spend it.
No.
So
And it's not like a lack of interest from your fans. You actually get people to show up to the games. You go to a Marlins game, you're like, did I go to a funeral?
yeah, dude, what they've built in Atlanta at Truist Park with the Battery, that is an absolute. I mean, it's an event every time they play a home game. And honestly, they were talking about it on one of the Braves games this year. I think it was the game at Bristol Motor Speedway. They were talking about it. All the other organizations are looking at what Atlanta's done because the Braves own all that. So, like, when people go to the Battery to party before the game and after, the Braves are making money off that too because they rented out those buildings to the restaurants and stuff. So, the organization's making really good money.
Are they going to do that every year in Bristol, have a baseball game?
Not to my knowledge. They haven't
Oh,
even
man.
announced that they're going to do one this coming year. So,
And it was just
Yeah.
one game. I figured it'd be a whole series.
yeah, I don't know why they didn't play at least like 2 games and have one of them count as a Cincinnati home game and one of them count as an Atlanta home game. But they didn't. And then they rain out and play it on Sunday afternoon. So, but,
All right, this is a great show.
all right. So I guess that's the show. We broke it up in 3 segments. I don't know how long it actually is, but give us a like. Tell your friends about it.
Yeah.
Get our views up. Everybody, I hope y'all enjoy it. We will have a lot of stuff to talk about after the season. We'll talk about off-season moves,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about other sports, and we'll talk about
Meat and
movies
taters.
and stories from our idiot friends. Meat and taters. But everybody have
and
a
I
good
hope the
week
Miami
and
Heat
go
won.
Fins. Take care of the Skins.
Fins
They did
up.
not.
Oh, fuck.
They lost 130 to 116.
All right, so there's a beating there. dude.
But
Started
speaking
heating
of the
up.
Miami Heat, that game
Fun team to
Monday
watch.
night or Tuesday night,
Amazing.
whenever it was,
Yeah,
to win that game on that alley oop, geez, that was awesome.
I know. I went crazy.
But
And to do it without your 2 best
that's
players
not a
and
far trip.
and be competitive against anybody. You know? Your 2 best players aren't playing.
yeah.
What happens when they come back?
All right, everybody, have a good week.
All right, that question will remain answered next
Hopefully
week.
good things.
I know Bam's coming back. Let's do it. Let's wrap up the show. Jesus Christ, I'm tired. It's late.
Everybody have a good week. We'll see y'all next week. Go Fins, baby.
Fins up.